Greetings, dear viewers. Ta-da! This is X-Cult Baby with another Atheist Bible reading, and today we're going to be going over the story of Abigail. This is going to be a pretty short video. The story of Abigail is not very long, as many of the stories of the women of the Bible are. I release new videos every Thursday, and pretty soon I'm going to be doing some other videos intermittently throughout the week, so subscribe and stay tuned for that. Without further ado, let's get into the story. So, the story of Abigail takes place kind of in the middle of the much longer story of David, which I will probably do some videos about David in the future. But for right now, just know that this is before David became king of Israel, but after he slayed the giant Goliath. He's hiding in the wilderness from King Saul, who wants to kill him, and he happens to be near the land of this man named Nabal. Now, Nabal is a wealthy guy, but he's a total asshole. He's just a mean motherfucker. The Bible has nothing good to say about Nabal whatsoever. His wife, on the other hand, is described as being beautiful, discerning, and sensible. Her name is Abigail. Now, you would think that someone who is applauded for having good sense would not be married to such an awful person, but realistically, I think we all know that Abigail probably didn't have a choice in who she was going to marry. So, David sends a few men to meet Nabal, and they're like, hey man, so you know how we were like protecting your flocks and stuff while they were out in the fields, and we protected your servants and stuff? You know, we've been pretty cool, we've been looking out for you. We didn't steal anything, we didn't mess with anybody, you know, we minded our own business. But listen, so David's in kind of a rough patch right now, you know. And we were wondering if maybe, you know, you could, like, spare us anything. We'd really appreciate it if you could spare any, like, food or supplies or whatever. We'd really appreciate it. And Nabal responds like, do I look like a charity, bitch? Fuck David, fuck you, and fuck off. And, of course, as soon as the men get back to David, he's like, alright, suit up, boys. We're gonna go slaughter some bitches. Is Nabal an asshole? Yes. Clearly. But does David have to take an army of 400 men to kill one dude? No. So it's pretty clear that his intent here is to go and kill every dude in the house, which is what he says he's going to do. He's going to kill every single dude in the house, including, but not at all exclusive to, Nabal. So meanwhile, back at Nabal's house, one of the servants goes to Abigail, and he's like, man, your lousy-ass husband's gonna get us all killed. Now David's coming to slaughter our asses. And Abigail's like, fucking shit, that lousy-ass motherfucker. But she takes a bunch of food, and she goes out to meet David before he and his men get to the house. And she goes and she's like, wait, stop. Listen, I know my husband is a complete jackass. I'm really sorry. But think about this, you know. If you do this, if you kill all these men down the road, you will regret having all this blood on your hands. So, how about we just end it here? You can take this food that I brought you and be on your merry way. And, yeah, peace of God and all that stuff. And David's like, man, it's a good thing you were here, because I totally was about to go and kill everybody. Man, maybe I shouldn't have done that. You know, I'm not going to do it. Well, thanks, Abigail. That was nice of you. I'll just leave the revenge killing to God. That's kind of his thing. So Abigail goes home to her husband, who is drunk. And she's like, maybe now's not the best time to tell him that I gave a bunch of our stuff away. So the next day, when he's sober, she goes to him and she tells him what happened. And he literally, like, has a heart attack or something and dies. It says that God struck him down, but, like, yeah, he just fucking died. And God's like, see, David, it's a good thing that Abigail was there. Because, man, you would have had a lot of blood on your hands, you know? Leave the revenge killing to me. I'm the master assassin. I took Nabal out for you, bro. No problemo. And David's like, wow, God. Thanks, buddy, for taking out Nabal for me. So then David comes back and he takes the beautiful, sensible Abigail as his new bride, along with some random other chick. The end. Obviously, this is a very short story, but, you know, what can you do? Overall, doesn't seem like a particularly wild Bible story, right? Couple points, though. One being, nobody at all would have had to die in this story if God had just provided food for David directly. You'd think that him being like his anointed as the king, he'd take a little bit better care of him, but apparently God would rather play hitman than provider. The second point about the story is less about the story itself and more about how this story has been used to, teach lessons and stuff by Christians. I heard this story growing up, and Abigail was put up as, this sensible person, because obviously she is. She had the good sense to be like, my husband's a dumbass, and David's going to kill us. And all he needed was some fucking food, so let me just go and make amends right now. Sensible thing to do. It's also been held up as an example for all the wrong reasons, in that I have heard of Abigail being touted as a good example of a wife who did not leave her unbelieving husband, even though he is a drunk and an asshole. I mean, clearly this is not a happy marriage. I mean, how could she be happy in this marriage, really? And in the end, because she stayed with this man instead of leaving him, she was rewarded by God, who killed her husband for her, and then rewarded her with, getting to marry a king. Yay! Divorce and separation are definitely frowned upon by a lot of religions. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and pretty much in that religion, the only way that you can get out of being married to someone is if they die, if they cheat on you, or if they are so abusive that your life is in danger. And even then, you kind of have to you have to prove that your life is in danger. Otherwise, whoop, you're out of the congregation. You can't divorce. That's terrible. Shame on you. Believe me, there are real world consequences to those kinds of rules about not being able to get a divorce. I mean, I'm sure that Abigail was unhappy in her marriage. I'm sure of it. There are plenty of biblical women who were unhappy in their marriages, I'm sure. Controversial opinion, possibly. Divorce is a good thing. I said it. If somebody gets a divorce, that means that they are in an unhappy relationship and they're getting out of it. I mean, what is bad about that? And you have these rules that tie you down to a relationship that might just be, unfulfilling for both of you, but it could be extremely dangerous for one of those person. It could be just making their life fucking miserable. What? So, for that reason, not for the story itself, really, but for the way that story has been used, I'm not a huge fan. Anyways, that's all for this video. Next week is going to be my last video for a while that is going to be female focused. It's going to be the story of Rahab. Well, it's going to be the whole story of basically the Israelites coming to Canaan for the first time and the fall of Jericho, but it will be focused on Rahab. She's like the main character, I guess. If you liked this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and please, please, please share it with a friend. Links to my social media are going to be in the description, so, hit me up. Additional announcement, I'm trying to put together a video, or more likely a series of videos, about religion and the LGBT community. So if you, like me, are a gaytheist in any capacity, queer, trans, whatever, hit me up. I would like to hear about your experiences and hear your thoughts. I can incorporate them into the video. Also, I really need an end of video tagline, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. Bye!